Hello and welcome along to today's edition of Solving a Telegraph Cryptic Crossword. Today we're going to have a crack at number 31039 from Tuesday the 23rd of September. If you're interested in learning how to solve cryptic crosswords, or perhaps you're just trying to hone your cryptic crossword solving skills, then you're in the right place. Okay, let's see how we get on today. One across. Wife feeding yellowish small birds. So, as we often do with cryptic crosswords, we have a look and see if they comply to the general arrangement of a cryptic crossword, which is that most cryptic crosswords, 75% of them, are written in such a way that one end of the clue, either the start or the end, is the definition that we're looking for, the answer that we're looking for, and the other part of the clue is the wordplay, the recipe, if you like, that we need to look at to create that word. So, looking at this clue, for example, does the clue look like it means a wife, or does it look like it means birds, or maybe small birds? Well, wife is often used as for the abbreviation W. Wife, W is a recognised abbreviation of wife. Feeding implies that we want to put it into a word meaning yellowish. And then maybe S for small, so S is a recognised abbreviation for small, to mean birds, or it could just be W in yellowish to mean small birds. Okay, so this is swallows. So yellowish is sallow. If you have a sallow complexion, you are yellowish. And then, as we said, W for wife, inside sallow, S for small, gives swallows, which are birds. And if you're looking and thinking, well, how do I know about these abbreviations? Can't you just abbreviate any word to its initial letter? Well, no, you can't. The abbreviation has to appear in a recognised English dictionary like the OED or Collins or Chambers, for example. And there are standard recognised abbreviations for words. I'm sure we'll come across some more later in the crossword. If you're interested, I have produced a guide PDF which you can download for free from the link in the description. The first half of the guide goes through the 10 or so typical crossword clue types. So anagrams and reversals and hidden clues and so on. And then the second half of the PDF is a comprehensive list of abbreviations that are standard in cryptic crosswords. There's about 6 or 8 pages, I think, of 1, 2 and some 3-letter abbreviations, which you might find useful. So if that's of any help to you, of any use to you, just click the link in the description below. It should automatically start downloading the PDF, and hopefully that'll help. Okay, let's have a go. Next one, 5 across. Made fun of editor after drinks. So editor is a common word that appears in cryptic crosswords. Usually it's abbreviated to ed. So ed is a standard abbreviation of editor. Made fun of here is in the past tense. So I think that editor likely appears at the end, and that would fit with the rest of the cryptic part of the clue, which is editor after drinks. So we're looking for a word for drinks here to mean made fun of. It could be a type of drink like a beer or gin or spirits, or it could be drinks, the verb drinks, so sups or imbibes, that kind of things. So you just need to be a little bit careful. Don't just assume it means a type of drink. It could be the verb to drink. But in this case, it is actually a type of drink. It's tea. So teas, plural of tea, teas after, with editor following on, gives teased, which is made fun of. Okay, 9 across. Caviar Tom prepared, not very sweet smelling. Well, prepared is an anagram indicator. And you'll see this, and we might have more than one anagram in the puzzle today, but there are various words that give you the hint, give you the clue that we're looking for an anagram. So words like rearranged or messed, confused. Prepared is another one of those sort of words that tells you need to do something with the letters. Caviar Tom has 9 letters and we're only looking for 8. But the next part of the clue says not very, and V is a recognised abbreviation for very. So if you take the V away from this and leave yourself with CAIARTOM, we're looking for a word that means sweet smelling. Yeah, which is aromatic. Good, 3 out of 3. Next one. Owls finally give a hoot and sun panics. Okay, so owls finally could be S if this was the cryptic end of the clue. So either we're looking for a word that means owls, or maybe we're looking for a word that means panics. And there aren't many words for owls. There's the collective noun for owls is a parliament, but that's about it. So I'm pretty sure this means panics. So we have owls finally is S, give a hoot, and sun. So sun has the recognised abbreviation S. So I think it ends in S because panics also ends in S. So we're looking for a word like panics that also ends in S. So owls finally is S. So now we need a 4-letter word for give a hoot. Yeah, so that's care. So final letter of owls, care, and S for sun gives scares, which is panics. Okay. Agreed on descent round the bend. Agreed on descent round the bend. Well, round the bend could be an anagram indicator. If you're round the bend, it's mad, you're crazy, you're mixed up. So that's why it's an anagram indicator. On descent has 9 letters. It ends ED, and agreed is again a past tense word. So are we looking for something? Yeah, so the answer here is consented. So as I say, it's an anagram of on descent given to us by the words round the bend, and agreed is consented. Nothing planted in boys' pots. Yeah, this is loads. So boy is often used to refer to son or lad, son S-O-N, or lad. In this case it's lad. So lads with nothing, with O, 0 in the middle, gives loads. Pots, which in this case means lots of. Pots of money, loads of money. Okay, very good. 6 in a row. 14 across. At ballet, every other character is skillful. So here the operative part of the clue is every other character, and it's literally asking us to take every other character of the words at ballet. So if you take the initial letter of at, and then the initial letter of, miss out the T, B, miss out the A and do L, miss out the second L and add E, you get able, which is skillful. Okay, good start. 16 across. Respect new James Bond film. Okay. I'm not a big film buff, so I don't quite see where we go. Respect could be re, in respect of, or in regards to, RE. New is sometimes abbreviated to N. I'm not seeing that one. Let's go on. We've got quite a few already, so let's crack on. 19 across. Loving call after a party. So a party is often abbreviated to a do. If you go to a do, you go to a party. Yeah. And to call is to ring. So a do, ring gives adoring, which is loving. Insects quietly coming out of underwear. So quietly, if you know your musical notation, quietly is abbreviated to P, piano in musical notation, P. Underwear are pants. And if you take the P from pants, you're left with ants. Ants are insects. recruit in French resistance over 50. So we do sometimes get foreign words in cryptic crossword clues, usually French words most often. Occasionally German or Italian words might appear, but the French appears regularly, and the French language has 3 words for the, le, la, and les. In French, is en. En is the French for in. R is the recognised abbreviation for resistance. O is the recognised abbreviation for over, as in cricket parlance. And the Roman numeral for 50 is L. So we have en, R-O-L, enroll, which means to recruit. Okay, 25 across. Awkward matter, hospital departments handling. Okay, well, awkward is another anagram indicator. Matter has 6 letters, all look like good letters that you can rearrange. Hospital department may seem like a strange clue, but it comes up quite often because there's a hospital department called the ear, nose and throat department, which abbreviates to ENT. And there are a lot of words that end or contain the letters ENT. Yeah, so this is treatment. So it's the anagramized letters of matter with ENT afterwards, and we get handling, which is treatment. My word for bear husband, sweet. Okay. So does this mean my word? My? Or does it mean sweet? Bear husband. Husband is abbreviated to H, but that's more of an abbreviation. Bear would imply removing some of the outer letters. So if you took off the 3 initial and 3 final letters of husband, you would be left with B for bear. B, sorry, that goes with bear. Don't know. Let's go on. Entry to house. This could make you cross. Don't know. Door. Something door. So entry to house is door, so maybe it's door something. Don't know. Nope. Susie starts restricting sleep. Okay, so this could be the name of a famous Susie. Or Susie starts could be the letter S, maybe. And then perhaps a word for restricting to mean sleep. Not slumber. Lumber is to restrict a bit, but slumber, too many letters. Don't know. Let's go on. Memoranda from wise man in tight spot. So a wise man is often a sage or a magi. Yeah, in this case it's sage. This is messages. So memoranda are messages. The wise man is sage, and if you're in a tight spot, you're in a mess. So M-E-S, S at the end, with sage in the middle, gives messages which are memoranda. Okay, fair start. About half the clues maybe. One down. Nix at church after disheartening sin. So church is a regular word that's used in cryptic crossword clues. It has a number of abbreviations, which is why it appears quite regularly. It can be abbreviated to CE for the Church of England. It can also be abbreviated to CH for church, which you might see on a map, and also RC for Roman Catholic. Yeah, this is snatch. So we have at, literally the word at, church, CH in this case. So at CH after disheartening sin. So if you remove the heart of the word sin, you remove the I, you're left with SN. So SN at CH. Snatch means nick, and in this case it's not nick, a person's name, it's nick as in the colloquial slang word for stealing. So to nick something, to steal it. Value, adult put on horse. Well, A is a recognised abbreviation of adult. We've got the A at the start here, so maybe this is a word that means value. Yeah, it is amount. So horse is amount. A for adult gives amount, which is value. 3 down. Let learner driver slowly maneuver. Yeah, this is lease. So a learner driver is an L. Someone with L plates is a learner driver. To slowly maneuver is to ease. And when you combine that with the L for learner, you get lease, which is let. Good. Shrill sound. Looks like whistle, maybe. Shrill sound from US artist scratching bottom. Yeah, so this is whistle. Whistle is the shrill sound. The US artist, the American artist, is Whistler. He was a famous American artist. And in this case, scratching bottom is the instruction to scratch or remove the bottom letter, the last letter of Whistler. So if you remove the R from Whistler, you get whistle. Okay, old room with 25% off rent. Fantastic. Yeah, so old is X. So X, former, old. A room, a small one, is a cell. And then 25% off rent, 25% a quarter, so one letter removed from rent is ENT. And you end up with excellent, which is fantastic. 2, 3, 4, good, 5 in a row. Second European delivers a tirade about 5 housekeepers, perhaps. So second can be abbreviated to S. Hours, minutes, seconds, HMS are standard abbreviations. European is abbreviated to E as a standard. Delivers a tirade is rants. Yeah. So this is servants. So S for second, E for European. Delivers a tirade is rants, R-A-N-T-S, about 5. And V is the Roman numeral for 5, which gives us servants, which are housekeepers, perhaps. Daughter is sitting on plant. Catastrophe. Yeah. That's not too bad. D for daughter. Again, daughter, recognised abbreviation is D. Is, literally the word is, sitting on a plant, which is an aster. Sort of a big daisy, I think, asters. So daughter is D is aster, is a disaster, which is a catastrophe. Good. Unbiased observer holds up poems. Well, poems are odes. So why is that? How is that made? Okay. So holds here is a contained indicator or hidden indicator to say that it's held within. The answer is held within the words unbiased observer. And up is the reversal indicator because this is a down clue, so we're looking to go the other way. And if you go the other way in unbiased observer, O-D-E-S, you get odes, which are poems. Superb fish ain't swimming. This is a good clue. Right, so a fish is a brill. That's a type of fish. Swimming here is an anagram indicator for the letters of ain't. So to rearrange the letters of ain't, you get eant with brill, gives you brilliant, which is superb. Lovely. Very hungry birds circulating old university. Yeah, this one is not too bad. So What we're looking for here is a word meaning very hungry. Old is often abbreviated to O, university to U. So looking for a word with O and U in it, with birds. And of course, in this case, the birds are ravens. So ravens with O and U gives ravenous, which is very hungry. 18. What you might have at breakfast time. Breakfast time. Yeah. Okay, and that's porridge. Actually, porridge has appeared a couple of times in recent cryptics. It's a double definition type clue. This one, it's not a standard clue with a straight part and a cryptic part. It's what we call a double definition. So what we're looking for is a word that means something you might have at breakfast, which is porridge, and time here refers to prison time. If you're doing time, you're doing a prison sentence, and a slang word for time for a prison sentence is porridge, doing porridge. So what you might have at breakfast time, porridge. Pull up, shirts primarily showing bellies. This looks like it should be guts. Yeah, so pull up. So a word for pull is tug. Up is a reversal indicator. So we have TUG. Shirts primarily, the primary letter, first letter of shirts is S. Guts is tug, pulled up with the S of shirts. 21 down. State, answer, and get cut short. Mean. Okay, well, state could here be an American state. Don't think we can make that from any of these clues, any of these letters, in which case state is part of the cryptic half of the clue and the straight part is mean. But it could be mean as in unkind or unfriendly. It could be mean as in very tight with money, someone who doesn't spend a lot, miserly. Or it could be mean. Mean is an average. Average? Yeah. Okay, so kind of stumbled on the answer there. Mean is an average number, mean number. To state is to aver, A-V-E-R, means to state. A is a recognized abbreviation of answer. And get, literally the word get cut short. If you take the T off the end, you're left with GE. So aver with A and GE gives average, which is mean. 22. Fit in bottom half of tube, then ache. Yep, this is belong. So the bottom half of tube is literally the letters BE, the second half of tube. If you ache for something, you long for it. In this case, it's not ache as in a pain. It's ache as in to yearn, to yen, to long for. Be and long gives belong, which is to fit in. Ran inside ships' shops. Yeah, this is stores. So a ship is often used for the letters SS, which is the abbreviation steamship or sometimes sailing ship. So SS appears quite often, and then so now we're looking for a word that means ran inside of SS to mean shops. And if you run about, you tear about. So someone who ran, tore about inside SS gives stores. 26. Extracts from stories changed in the middle, or extracts from stories changed in the middle. Extracts, no, that's a shame. We were on for a clean sweep of down clues there until that point. Okay, well that's not too bad. In fact, that's been remarkably good. This is I think this is Tuesday. So early in the week are usually slightly easier crosswords than later in the week, but that's not been too bad. So let's see if we can finish these off, these last few. Respect new James Bond film. Does it respect new James Bond film? Spectre. Okay, I'm not a massive film buff, but I do know that Spectre is a James Bond film, and it's actually an anagram of respect. And actually, it's a fairly now you look at it, new is an anagram indicator. And now when you look at it, it's a very easy anagram. The first 5 letters are the same, Spect RE, but I didn't see that for a long time. I'm sure a lot of you were looking and going, it's Spectre, it's Spectre. So well done if you did. So films are not my strong point, but yeah, pretty sure that's Spectre. Okay, last few. My word for bear, husband, sweet. Yeah, so this is oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. So the straight part of the clue is my word. So if you say my word, oh dear, it's an exclamation of shock or surprise. For bear would imply you take the outer layers, to take the clothes off of the word for, which just leaves you with the letter O. H for husband gives O. Sweet is dear. Somebody who's sweet is somebody who's dear to you. Gives oh dear, which is my word. All right. Susie starts restricting sleep. So we've got the S of Susie starts. Restricting. Oh, so restricting in this case is a contains indicator. It's actually in the word Susie starts. SIESTA is siesta. So the old hidden indicator. Okay. 2 left. Entry to house. This could make you cross. It definitely looks like door. Entry to house. Back door. This could make you cross. Why would a back door make you cross? Don't know. But if it was, that's okay. 26 down. Extracts from stories changed in the middle. Okay, I think this is, it must be backdoor. This is takes. So takes are extracts or extracts. If you extract something, you take it. Stories are tales, Tales, changed in the middle. So literally changing the middle letter of tales gives takes, which is extracts, which means this must be backdoor. But I don't quite know why, I have to be honest. But it definitely fits with the rest of the clue and all the other checking letters. So I'm going with backdoor. If you've got a solution as to why it's backdoor as an entry to a house that could make you cross, then please stick it in the comments below, and we could all a little daily advancement in cryptic crossword knowledge today. That would be good. Anyway, there we are. That's the crossword done for today. Thanks for joining me. As I said at the beginning, if you're interested in my little guide to cryptic crosswords with examples of all the different crossword types and a comprehensive list of recognized abbreviations for standard words in cryptic crossword clues, the link is in the description below. Just click on that. It should download you a PDF. If it doesn't, again, put a note in the comments and I'll make sure and get that sorted for you. And if you enjoyed the crossword today, please give us a thumbs up. That was really appreciated. And if you want to keep on track with more videos as I release them, I'm trying to do 2 a week. So if you want to keep up to date with latest videos, then please consider giving me a subscribe as well. That would be much appreciated. And it helps the algorithm to know that videos are being watched and make sure that this gets shown to more people. So thanks for that. And with all that being said, we'll stop there. Thanks for joining me today. Enjoy the rest of your day, whatever it is you're up to. And we'll see you again soon. Thanks very much. Bye.